Please prepare to be entertained by the poets of Inside Out Poetry, sponsored by Paradise Pens. The poets are Matthew Murray, Jonathan Hosey, Koron Wilkerson, and Arzelia Williams. The Inside Out Poets.
Through this winter of discontent I've seen teddy bears without owners abandoned on street corners, crucified to telephone poles, weathering the storms that the children that once held them would never see.
I have heard elders reminisce on past prosperity.
I have seen the soldiers of the drunken strung out, marching the street, bandaging their deep wounds.
I have seen the stories of tragedy made possible by fools with guns.
I have seen white chalk outlines on playgrounds, not drawn by children. I see more red, white, and blue on police cars than I do on flags that are supposed to fill me with pride.
A young, beautiful black mother is forced to stand on the corner of Joy Road and Granville in stockings and stilettos. She has a hungry child at home, and someone has to provide Similac and housing.
I must create my own growth through the oblivion of darkness.
This city that used to be ours, this city dead, locked in darkness.
It is time to wipe the crust of apathy and sloth out of our eyes.
No one takes the time to clean up empty lots.
3 of the 5 houses on my street are abandoned, and homeless people squat out these places.
Lies and scandals make our mayors crash and burn like Pan Am 103.
I must create my own growth through the oblivion of darkness.
Too many of us believe health is junk. Education last priority. Survival is now. Survival is selling this stuff.
Forget algebra.
Forget spelling.
What dream?
When I stayed deep east side, the boys on Helen and Concord dressed in red, waiting on a victim, circling the school block like hawks, wanting to be feared.
Wanting that title.
They find prey.
It's me.
They bite.
I run.
I bleed.
I heal. Visions of survival take root. My craving for escape from this inner city war.
My way out was math,
science,
social studies,
and that English class.
My teachers, Grice, Dunlop, and Swartz, taught me to put my thoughts on paper
and then say them aloud.
Heads in the class were turned away, and voices were loud and uncaring. But when I spoke, they became silent, attentive.
I refuse to be what they expect me to be when they look from the outside at my city of mile roads and pinwheel avenues.
As a probation officer of the abyss, my mother tells me stories of those who are similar to me, those who have willingly descended into the darkness. She tells me of young men who look just like me, see the same reflection in the mirror as I do, born maybe 2 or 3 years before me with crying mothers and raised brothers, and children without a father's guidance.
Like the phases of the moon being covered by shadow, the cycle of incarceration continues to circle.
I will create my own growth through the oblivion of darkness. I watched over a parade and I heard a man speak about a dream of equality. And I realized the more people that agreed with him, the brighter it began to be. He reminded me of a Malcolm. Not content with the complacency of his broken people, his bark was resilient to the thunders and harsh winds of oppression.
Committed to our struggle for civil rights.
But from a seed to a tree, a boy cannot turn into a man overnight.
We must move beyond Detroit and its graffiti-painted walls. Like Rosa, my belief in the future remains stationary and undying.
I will create my own growth through the oblivion of darkness.
Hatred, discrimination, and violence have been shadowing me from the light. I haven't begun to reach my full potential.
My potential.
Yours.
Theirs.
Ours.
It's the opportunity to be green, the opportunity to take in the sunlight when it comes. We have this potential.
All because King had a dream.
We are higher than King's mountaintop, higher than the limbs of Grandma's apple tree.
I sprouted with dreams until my hope was with the wind.
I am not alone.
Hope is still alive with every breath.
Whether it is the first,
the one that is strained,
or the last, a hope for change continues to live.
As I bloom into the sun of our Creator, I see Oprahs,
Mandelas,
Kings,
Obamas,
Matthews,
Jonathans,
Korons,
Arzelias, and oh so many more.
Like that lone dandelion, breaking soil to be the first of the season's many.
We grow.
And like God's gift to the world, a soft-skinned kicker and screamer waiting to breathe fresh air.
We grow. And like that bud on a shady willow tree, dying to become a full, noticeable leaf, we grow.
And from the soil, stomped on, spat on, poisoned, and lied to.
We grow and dare to imagine. We will create our own growth through the oblivion of darkness.
Inside Out Poetry, Matthew Murray, Jonathan Hosey, Koron Wilkerson, and Arzelia Williams.